Yeah, really excited. You know what? It was a tough battle last weekend against Braehead. So these guys, thoroughly deserve their berth in the playoff final, and guys are excited. Camp's upbeat this week, and I think we have a lot of confidence going in.
And how enjoyable, how big a relief was last weekend knocking Braehead Clan out of the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you progress in any competition, really, it's a small accomplishment, and you know what, Braehead's been arguably our biggest rival for the last few years, and just edged us out in the conference, and it was nice to knock them out. And it was hats off to them. It was a great weekend. It was a great 2 games, some of the best hockey I've played in my 10 years here. So it was a great weekend. But no, I was thrilled for the guys and thrilled for us as an organization.
What was that feeling like when TJ Kaig's overtime shot hit the net?
Yeah, really good. I think I felt like a 10-year-old again, jumping off that bench, and you know what? And those guys, like I said, it was worth the celebration, but a few gatherings afterwards as well. But you know what? Once we got to Monday, you gotta put that behind you and look ahead. And you know what? We got the Nottingham Panthers this weekend, and that's what we're looking to now.
Just one last thing on last weekend. Obviously, you've been here 5 years. Have you ever experienced the noise level like that, like it was last Saturday in this building?
It's right up there. I mean, it again arguably could be up there with the loudest it's been. When one thing when Ding scored, but when Hainsey scored a few seconds later or a minute later or whatever it was to put us ahead, that the place erupted, and just a great atmosphere to be a part of. Yeah, for sure.
And looking to this weekend, what's the preparation? What's the timetable now between now and this weekend?
Now and this weekend, so we just got off the ice here, and then we'll practice early tomorrow morning. Go for a nice team lunch. Let the equipment guys get the laundry in and stuff like that, and get a quick burst with the fans with the stuff, and have a lunch, and then we'll get on the bus and head down to Nottingham and get there in good time, and have a nice meal down there, and get an early night and get prepped for Saturday.
What's your thoughts about playing Nottingham Panthers on Saturday night?
A good hockey club. I mean, very good hockey club. They're as deep as anybody this year, and we're definitely going to have to be at our best to get through to the final. But in saying that, we're a team that's going down there. We're not just there to make up the numbers. We're a team that truly believes that we can win that trophy, as I'm sure the other 3 teams do. And it's a special weekend to be a part of, and these guys got to embrace that, and keep their emotions in check, but be excited and come out with a lot of energy.
Apart from the 2 wins, obviously, what's it going to take to win the playoffs?
Well, it's going to take a lot of things. It's going to take. I think for us specifically, everybody's showing up. Like I said, but I guess you could probably look at us. We're maybe not as deep as some of the other teams there. So we definitely need everybody going. We can't afford any passengers, and a few lucky bounces always go a long way. I think we got to be smart and disciplined when we're down there. Avoid being shorthanded too often, and you know what? Like I said, I think any weekend like that, a short weekend, you need good goaltending. You need some special plays by your top guys, and everybody contributing in their own way.
And what are you expecting in terms of the tempo, the atmosphere, things on going into the game on Saturday?
I assume it'll be a similar tempo to the Braehead series, and maybe even elevated a little bit more. And the physicality is always. I think the biggest difference is players are engaged the whole time they're on the ice. There's no letting up, and guys are finishing hits, and guys are battling for every puck, and guys play with desperation all over the ice, and that's what makes it different. So the pace will be elevated, and these guys, we've been prepping them all week.
And you were with the team 2 years ago when they qualified for the playoff weekend. Any lessons learned going into this weekend from them?
I think so. I mean, we do have a big changeover from the group that went 2 years ago, but we got Hainsey back, myself. It'll be my 6th time going back to the weekend, and all our Brits. But you know what? I think maybe sometimes it could be a good thing. These guys go in, not knowing what to expect. I mean, we've tried to explain to them, but I think the Braehead weekend was a great prep. The weekend before that, we played Belfast, and Sheffield. 2 teams that were, at a high pace. So, our prep for the last month, we've had a tough schedule, and we've played some good hockey, and the results weren't always there. But I think we're prepared, and I think we're a more confident group than we were two years ago going into that weekend. And although we played an awesome game in the semifinal and just came up a goal short, I think we're better prepared, and I think we're a little bit more confident than we were going in with that group.
Is this the best team Fife have had in 5 years?
I think so. I mean, there may be some positions you look at and say, well, maybe this guy was better than what this guy is this year. But I think from top to bottom, our balance is probably as good as it's been in the 5 years. Our dressing room's as good as it's been in the 5 years, and just kind of everybody playing in sync and that team confidence. So I think maybe our identity's been a little bit more clear this year than it has in past years, and we got good balance throughout our lines, and we got I think probably our best decor from top to bottom that we've had in the Elite League era, and Brownie's making stops for us back there. So I think overall this has probably been the best club.
Before the guys go out on the ice on Saturday, what's the final thing that you and Todd are going to be saying to the boys?
Enjoy it, embrace it. People don't get this many opportunities to be in events like this, and in saying that, go make the most of it, because you never know when you're going to get back. It's something that you can't take for granted, but it's something you got to go out there, and like I said, you got to keep the emotions in check. You can't go running around with your head cut off because you're too excited, and you can't sit back because you're too nervous. So it's finding that happy medium and just going out there and embracing it and enjoying the moment, and leaving it out on the ice.
Finally, how much pride would it give you to bring the playoffs back to Kirkcaldy?
Oh, absolutely, it'd be huge. I mean, we've been in the Elite League 5 years now. We haven't been, unfortunately, we haven't won a major trophy. So, to bring a major trophy back to Fife, and I don't think just the Fife people would be excited. I think Scotland would be excited, because it's been down south for so long now, and it'd be huge for the organization, everybody involved. The guys that are here currently, the guys that have been involved since day one, and the fans, and the all the way through. So it'd be a special moment, but we don't want to look too far ahead. I think our main focus right now is the Nottingham Panthers, because, like I said, they're a good hockey club.